The cameras were already rolling when the sun rose over Barranquilla, Colombia. Humidity clung thick in the air, the kind that made tempers flare and truths slip out. But no one expected this kind of truth, not on this day. Not after the wedding. Not after the promises. Madeleine stood on the balcony of her mother's apartment, her silky robe fluttering as she stared down at the quiet street. Her hair was still pinned up from the night before, the remnants of a wedding bun that had endured hours of dancing, crying, and laughing. She should have been glowing. She should have been a newlywed in bliss. But instead, her hands trembled, her throat tightened, her heart pounded like it was trying to escape her chest. Inside, her phone buzzed again. Luke, flight is boarding. We'll talk later. No explanation. No I love you. Nothing. ¿Qué pasa, mija? Her mother whispered behind her, voice soft but already worried. Where is Luke? Madeleine blinked fast, fighting tears. He went back to the US. Her mother's face froze. ¿Cómo que se fue? Te casaste air. Yes, yesterday. Just yesterday. In front of 70 guests and 2 TLC cameras, Luke and Madeleine exchanged vows beneath white orchids. He placed the ring on her finger with steady hands. He kissed her like he'd waited his whole life. They danced their first dance to a romantic English-Spanish blend song that producers insisted would sound good in the final cut. He whispered in her ear about future children, future travels, future everything. And now, less than 24 hours later, her husband was gone. The night before, a red flag INDISGUISA people say there's always a sign. Something small and almost invisible, that hints at a storm to come. And looking back, Madeleine saw it. She replayed it over and over in her mind. It was during the after-party. Guests were still dancing, the DJ shouting into the microphone, Que viva el amor, long live love. The lights were neon pink, the champagne was still flowing, and Luke's groomsmen spun him around in laughter. Then the call came. Luke stepped outside to take it, his face lit only by the streetlight. The producers tried to follow, but he waved them away, unusual for him. Luke loved being on camera. When he returned, he looked changed, pale, distracted. He said everything was fine, but he grabbed another drink, then another. At one point, he whispered in English, forgetting the mic was still on, I need to fix this when I get back. Fix what? Madeleine didn't know. No one knew. But now, in the morning after, she felt the sting of clarity. A plane ticket and a broken promise at the Cartagena airport. Luke moved quickly through the security line, trying to keep his head down in case fans recognized him. The producers scrambled behind him. Confused and frustrated, this wasn't part of the storyline they planned. One of the camera crew said, Luke, we need statements before you leave. But Luke shook his head. Not today. Not now. His jaw was tense, his eyes red. He clutched his passport like it could save him from drowning. He didn't call Madeleine. He didn't send a voice note. Only that short text. Boarding. We'll talk later. He turned his phone off before the plane even left the ground. Back in Colombia, Madeleine's world falls apart by noon. The entire family knew. Her cousins gasped. Her aunt clutched her chest dramatically. Her little sister kept saying, Pero, he loves you, right? Right? Madeleine didn't answer. She finally stepped away, went into her room, closed the door, and collapsed onto the bed. Her phone kept buzzing with notifications, some from producers, some from friends, a few from strangers who had already seen photos from the wedding on Instagram. Then a message popped up from an unknown number, check your email. You need to know the truth. Her stomach twisted. She didn't check it, not yet. Instead, she opened the note Luke once wrote her when he proposed, choosing you is the easiest decision I've ever made. I promise you, I am not going anywhere. The irony burned. The producer visit be sunset. TLC producers showed up at her door. They had permission from her mother, barely, and quickly set up their cameras in the living room. Madeleine, the main producer, began. We're sorry this is happening, but the audience will want your side. We need to continue filming. She wiped her eyes, nodded. She signed the consent. She sat on the couch with her hands folded tightly. The camera light turned on. Can you tell us what happened today? The producer asked. Her voice cracked at first. Then the dam broke. He left. He just left. I woke up and my husband wasn't here. He didn't even say goodbye. Do you know why he went back to the U.S.? No, I don't know anything, she whispered. All I have is that text message. The producer leaned forward slightly. How does that make you feel? Like I married a ghost. Meanwhile, in the USA, Luke faces the MUSIC when Luke landed in Denver. His phone exploded with messages. His best friend, what happened bro? His mother, call me. Now. The show's handler, we need a statement immediately. Fans, congratulations. More fans, why are you home already? And one message from the same unknown number that texted Madeleine, you're in trouble. Check your email. He didn't check. He couldn't. He threw his phone onto the seat beside him in the Uber and stared out the window. His mind raced. He had exactly 5/11/25 written in his notes app. A date, a deadline, a secret, something he'd hidden from everyone, including his new wife. The secret revealed 5/11/25. It wasn't until the next day that both Luke and Madeleine opened their emails. Luke opened his first. He froze. His stomach twisted. His worst fear was confirmed. A message from a law office. Subject line, reminder, mandatory court appearance, May 11th, 25. Failure to return may result in charges. Madeleine, across the continent, opened the same email forwarded by the unknown sender. Her breath hitched. Her vision blurred. Luke had a court date, a serious one. Something involving an unresolved legal case he hid from her in the show. He didn't leave Colombia because he wanted to. He left because he had to. Before authorities began searching internationally, it wasn't betrayal. It wasn't abandonment. It was fear. But fear still caused pain. Madeleine's heartbreak confession filmed her again the next morning. My husband lied to me, she said softly, not about loving me. I know he loves me, but he lied about who he really is, and what he's running from. The producer whispered, do you want to annul the marriage? She swallowed hard. No, I want the truth, and then I'll decide. Luke's side of the story 2 days later. Luke sat in front of his own camera crew in Colorado. This wasn't how it was supposed to happen, he said, rubbing his face with both hands. I didn't want to leave my wife like that, but I didn't want to ruin her wedding day either. What are you facing in court? The producer asked gently. He hesitated. It's complicated. It's serious. I'll talk about it when I can. But I never meant to hurt her. I didn't have a choice. His voice cracked. He tried to hide it. I left my wife on our wedding night. What kind of person does that make me look like? A villain? Maybe, but I'm trying to fix it. The cliffhanger, a phone call that changes everything on day 5 of filming the aftermath. Madeleine finally received a call. It was Luke. She froze when she saw his name. The crew scrambled to adjust microphones. Her mother stood in the kitchen doorway, hands clasped. Madeleine answered. Hola, she whispered. Hey, Luke said softly. His voice sounded tired. Broken. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You should have told me, she replied, tears sliding down her cheeks. I know, and I swear I'm coming back for you. Just let me handle this. Give me until May 11th, 25. Then I'm yours completely. There was silence. Heavy, painful, real. Do you still want this marriage? She finally asked. Luke inhaled sharply. Yes, more than anything. Madeleine closed her eyes. Then come back for me. Not because you must, but because you choose to. The call ended. The screen faded, and producers whispered, This is our finale.